Hello, this is Eric Miscoll with EMSNOW. We're still here at Apex 2020 in San Diego, but this time my victim is Sal with Zestron. Sal, thanks for coming by again.
Well, I appreciate you inviting me.
We did this once before. Wanted to talk a couple of issues. The first one, I'm going to refer to the name here. Zestron's delivering a paper tonight? Tomorrow, excuse me. Solder mask and low standoff component cleaning a connection, question mark, right? So interesting piece. I kind of read the summary of it, but why don't you tell us what that's about?
Yeah, no, it's a really interesting paper. As we all know in this industry, printed circuit board designs are getting more and more complex. The density of the board is increasing, stack components, lower standoffs, all those types of things. And so from our perspective, it increases the cleaning challenges, right? We still have to deflex these things and so on and so forth. So one of the things we wanted to take a closer look at is the impact of solder mask. Now, a solder mask is required because it helps prevent corrosion and oxidation. So it's necessary to have a solder mask, but there's several ways a designer can look at and employ solder mask. So, for example, there's you have solder mask defined or non-solder mask defined, or perhaps no solder mask, right? So what our engineers did is develop these test vehicles with 3 options for the solder mask. The way the solder mask is applied on the board. Populated the boards with your typical low standoff type components, and basically did a full cleaning assessment. And they kept all the cleaning parameters the same. In other words, it was meant to be a comparative study, right? Say, all things being equal, let's look at the impact of cleaning underneath these low standoff components with the variety of solder mask iterations that we spoke about. And the interesting thing is, if you do not have a solder mask, if there's no solder mask, you can potentially increase that standoff height to somewhere between 10 and 40 microns. So yeah, so the paper's interesting. Yeah. I can give you the punchline, or you can just read it or attend it tomorrow.
Well, this won't be published for a day,
okay.
So you can give away the secret.
All right. So of course, the punchline is no solder mask does increase the the component standoff height, and and again in our paper, it certainly provided the best cleaning results. Okay. And now that's not to say that you can't clean the other ones. All I'm saying is, if you compare, it's certainly easier without a solder mask. Yeah. And the other 2 possibilities, there were some differences in the results as well. Okay. So very interesting, something neat for the designers to look at and consider.
Absolutely.
As they're designing boards.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, I will read it when it comes out, but I don't know that I'll attend the ceremony, but, okay. Or the reading, whatever that is. Okay. The other issue we want to talk about is, I think, being introduced as a low VOC product.
Yeah, and as we all know, there's a lot of focus on the environment. There's a couple global initiatives. One is called the UN Sustainability Goals for 2030. The other, of course, is ISO 14000, which is the environmental family of different guidelines for environmental things. And a big part of that in our industry is VOCs, right? So VOCs do contribute to ground level ozone.
And for the neophyte, VOC,
volatile organic compound. Sorry.
There you go.
Yeah. So let's look at it this way. So in our industry, you can use isopropyl alcohol, which a lot of our customers do use. It is necessary in a lot of different aspects of the assembly process. Now, if you think about that, isopropyl alcohol has a VOC content of 787 grams per liter, right? So let's just use that as call it a baseline, if you will. So for what we do as a supplier of water-based cleaning agents, our water-based cleaning agents do have a VOC content. In concentrate form, in general, it hovers around 750 to 800 grams per liter, so similar to IPA in concentrate form. However, you're going to use that at a much reduced rate, like somewhere around, say, 10% or 15%. So the effective VOC content is somewhere around maybe 80 to 100 grams per liter, right? It's better than IPA, but it's still up there. Now, we're sitting here in San Diego, in California. Yeah. California happens to be one of the most strictest states in terms of air quality management guidelines. South Coast Air Quality Management District is one of the toughest in the country, and their restriction is 25 grams per liter. So far less than anything that's currently available on the market today. And our team, our R&D team, with our engineering team, have been working on this low VOC project for the last few years, and we're in the process of offering to the market and beta testing right now a defluxing product that can be used at 20% concentration, which is pretty typical, or somewhere between 10 to 20, let's say that. However, the VOC content is less than 25. So effectively, we can use this product in Southern California or pretty much anywhere around the United States. And the thing that's interesting to me is the more I travel around the country, many states are starting to look at the model rules that are developed here in California for VOC specifically, and actually starting to develop their own rules that are more aligned with Southern California. Point being, we got to, as an industry, push that VOC level down lower and lower to continue to engage in making the products that we do today.
So, and I'm assuming, even though lower VOC, effectiveness is unimpacted.
Well, and that's the challenge. I mean, and that's really the science challenge here. And it took us quite a while to develop what we have. And so, yeah, we're in the process. I mean, we have the product now. It's in the field in a number of beta tests as we speak. And to get it to work as effectively as some of the, I'll call our standard cleaning agents that have that higher VOC level, it was quite challenging from a science perspective, but our team was able to do that, and so we're anxiously looking forward to how the market reacts to this now.
Because being compliant but not effective is not a good way to go to market, right?
No, it's not going to help you.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to get the boards cleaned as you're supposed to or as you want to. So. Yeah,
well, good updates. No, I appreciate it, and I appreciate taking the time, as always, to kind of give us a catch-up. Hopefully we do some more later in the year, and there's more to tell now that it's been out there.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll be following up on this in shows yet to come.
Yeah,
so
good.
thank you for giving me
Sal,
the opportunity.
Thank you for coming by. Thank you, sir.